cuts it. It's sick.
Yeah, sweet, awesome.
You're happy to kind of jump straight in? You got any questions or anything?
Yeah, no, for sure. Start.
Sick. Yeah, well, Fletcher Crowley, welcome to the potty. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Yeah, it's good to have a chat. I wanted to do it in person, but I don't think I'm heading up your way anytime soon, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, that's all good. This will do.
For those who haven't followed along or don't know you, like who are you and what are you gonna do? And yeah.
Well, I'm Fletcher. I had a mountain bike accident like almost 10 months ago now, which I broke my T8 and T9 vertebrae, which left me paraplegic. I was in rehab for like 6 months. Been home for like 5 now, just working back at the bike shop, waiting for my adaptive bike to come, back at school, just getting after it.
Sick. But essentially, like at the base of it, you're still a mountain biker, right? Like you've always ridden bikes?
100%. Yeah. So I was riding for I started riding in like 2020. So I've been riding for like 4 years. But like as soon as I started, like it was everything. It was all I did. And then, yeah, so I was coaching at the Big Air Bike Park as well, working there.
Sick. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so I was working there with all my mates and working at 99 Bikes as well, just building bikes, selling bikes. But yeah, it was everything really.
4 years is pretty quick, right? Like,
yeah,
you're pretty damn good. Like, you always.
Thank you.
Did you kind of take to it pretty easily, or?
I don't know. I think so. It was when I like something, it's all I do. It's like every spare minute I was up like Red Hill building jumps or just local trails, riding with my mates. But yeah, like every night I was at Big Air riding there, or if I wasn't working there. So yeah, it was really everything. And yeah.
We always into like because you ride slope style, right? Like that was your main kind of thing. What?
Yeah, I rode like trails for like, I've always ridden trails. I still would say I ride trails. Just get lazy and can't be bothered to run up the hills. But yeah, so I started riding trails and I did that for probably only trails for like a year and a half, and I got my first dirt jumper. Mm-hmm. And then that kind of took over, and then that was all I rode. I just love doing tricks and getting there.
What introduced you to it? Like, how did you kind of get in? Like,
that's a good question. One of my mates who lives across the road, he got me into riding. Like when I just started riding on some shitty hardtail around these trails near my house. But then I think then I just started meeting people, and they would all have dirt jumpers, and I borrowed one of my brother's mate's dirt jumper for like a year, and I just like flogged it. And then I was like, yeah, I need one of these, and Dad got me one for Christmas, and then yeah, just went from there really. And then that was took over my trail riding.
That's sick. You're pretty it's pretty good like freestyle slopestyle scene up there, right? Like with Big Air and Red Hill. Because you got Tommy Wrigley and
Jaden, we got all them, Jaden, yeah, Leroy. Yeah, we got it's kind of dying though, which is pretty sad if I'm going to be honest. Like, because Big Air, when that burnt down, that kind of, because when that first started, there was like, you'd see if you drive somewhere, you'd see 10 kids riding around on dirt jumpers. And then that went off, and then as that was like growing, everyone was going up to Red Hill and building and riding there. And then Big Air burnt down, and then probably 4 months later, I had my accident. So during those, Big Air burnt down, and we didn't know that it was going to shut down fully. Mm-hmm. So we all went up and built this jump up at Red Hill. Not all of us, like 6 of my mates probably, and built this jump up at Red Hill while that was burnt down. And yeah, obviously started riding it. And then we didn't actually know that Big Air was shutting down fully until after my accident. So we were always riding that, just waiting for Big Air to open. Yeah, and then I think like probably 2 days after my accident, we heard that Big Air was shutting down. So I was in ICU and I saw it and I was like, shit. Everyone was like, no. And then after my accident, Red Hills just kind of died as well. Like there's 2 kids who are up there building now, but it's like, like the scene's just slowly going, which sucks.
It was kind of like a freak accident that it all burnt down, right? Like it was next door shed 100%. Or something?
Yeah. So it was next to, I don't know, I think like the mechanics started it, and then it went to like the storage unit next door to that. Then it went to the gymnastics next door to that. And then Big Air was the next one.
Yeah.
So they burnt down like 3, and then the Big Air wall was cooked. So we thought that we were just going to have to replace the wall, but then they were like, no, we have to take the whole thing down.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Because that was a mecca, right? Like there was so many kids there.
Yeah, that was like that's what like fully made the scene like blow up. Like that was huge. Everyone was there all the time. It was like if you went there, you'd see at least 10 people.
That's unreal. It's like the old skate park days.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's it.
So that Red Hill step up, like, what were you guys kind of using that for? Was it just that one jump that you guys built, or did you have something else?
So it used to be a pro line, like the big Red Hill pro line that probably wasn't running for like maybe like 4 or 5 years. I've never ridden it. Like I wasn't riding when it was running. So we were like, oh, it's just crumbling. We'll just use the dirt. We'll take one of the landings that was already there. So there was like a jump over a jump.
Yeah.
Like a jump over a shark fin, and then another huge steep dirt jump, and then another one. So we turned the one over the shark fin into a long and low. And then the next one we fully got rid of and turned it into a big roller and put all the dirt from that onto the landing of the next one. So we made that landing like we had like a 12-foot lip. We built a 12-foot wooden lip and took that in, and then the landing would have been like 15 foot from the top to the bottom. And then we were up there. I was building it like every arvo after school. Me and all my mates, we were going up there just stacking that, and then we got it running, and it was mint.
That's so unreal. So you guys getting it done, eh?
Yeah, exactly. That's it. That was and then we probably had the day of my accident was like the first proper session of it. Like So we wrote it like we tested the long and low because everyone was like the long and low is not going to work. They were like it's way too big, and me and my mate Ted and a few others, we were like, no, we got faith in this. So Ted tested it. Ted Oakley, I don't know if you've heard of him.
Yeah, man, I know Ted.
So we tested that. Ted ate shit on the first one, went way too far because everyone was like, it's too big, you won't get the speed.
Yep.
So he was like, I'm going to go as quick as I can. He landed like flat, jumped off his bike. He was fine. And then the next day, it was like we've properly finished the actual kicker, the actual trick jump, and then Wriggles was the first one to properly hit it. Tom Wrigley,
of course, yeah,
he was the first one, and then it was me, and we were just riding it all arvo. I probably did like 20 laps of it, just straight backies, because the whole time building it, I was like, I want to double flip this jump. So I did like probably 10. 20 straight backies and just sussing it every time, just going as big as I could. And like I knew I could get it around. It was just if I could get it around enough to land it clean. So I did I went for one. And the first one was probably the closest. Like I landed it, my feet just blew off and it, like maybe go over the bars. And I was like, the amount of adrenaline I had, I just did probably like 3 more like that.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I just couldn't stick because the dirt was still soft. So I was like, kind of swerving out of it at the end, like washing out. Like I was fine, and then I did one, and I just didn't pull hard enough. I think stuffed up the pump on the roller.
Yeah.
So I didn't pull hard enough. I did one flip through my bike, and kind of like slowed my rotation down and landed on my side. So I did like a flip and a half, kind of. It landed on my back. So and I was fine. I got up. I was like, nah, stuff this. I was just getting so pissed off because I was like so close but so far, and then I did another one, basically landed it, but just kept like washing out or like blowing my feet off. And then I went up, and I don't really remember much just from like the first or second attempt. And then I went up, and then I did the exact same thing as the other one. I just didn't pull hard enough, and I just threw my bike, and I pulled a bit harder than the first one that I bailed on. So I threw my bike, and I just couldn't slow my rotation down. Basically, just like. I'm so lucky I didn't break my neck because I landed like there, and you can I had a huge bruise. I had a huge bruise on my head from my knees smashing me in the face. Like, so I was pretty lucky in my mind. Like, it could have been so much worse. I remember laying there, and I was just like, oh shit. You can see in the video, I'm like touching my legs. I'm like, what's going on? I can't feel anything because it felt like they were still like floating. Because it was the first time I ever felt it. Now it's just normal, but like. That first feeling that it just felt like they were in the air because I just couldn't feel anything.
Yeah, right.
But yeah. And then like Jaden and Wriggles, there was probably like 20 people up there. And Jaden and Wriggles were both, they just rushed over to me. Jaden, there's a video of him and he's coming over and he's like, don't move, don't move, don't move. So they just held me. And I remember I was holding Wriggles, like both their arms. I'm like, this is fucked. But yeah. Dude. And then, yeah.
I've seen that, like you did like a wrap up of last year or something and you put like until you almost hit the ground in the video. And I was like, I don't want to watch the rest of this, man. Yeah. Like, it looks so brutal.
Yeah, it was a pretty brutal crash, but that's why I think I'm so lucky because I could have so easily broken my neck.
Was it important having Jaden and Wriggles there? Because I remember I reached out to them afterwards, and I'm like, dude, I hope you guys are okay because that looked fucked. Like,
yeah, I remember they were both. I was like looking up at them. They were both. I just kept saying, "This is fucked." And they were both just closing their eyes and like, "You'll be right, mate." But yeah, they helped a lot. Like I was like, apparently, I don't remember being in any pain. I just remember like Jaden keeps saying to like today, like you were just talking so much shit to us. But I don't really remember any pain.
Yeah, right. Just full loss of like that floating feeling.
Yeah, exactly. But besides, I don't really remember much from like looking up at Jaden and Wriggles to like maybe 6 days after in ICU.
Yeah, right. Was it?
I don't know why. I think it's just adrenaline. But or like the first part would have been adrenaline, but then I think after it was just the amount of drugs I was on.
I know, like it's kind of like I guess for childbirth and some things like that. Like your body will forget the pain like afterwards. It's such
I wouldn't
be
surprised if that's it.
Like you know you were hurting, but you don't remember what it actually felt like. Like it's such a weird phenomenon.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be that. I don't know. Never really thought about that.
Were you hellied out or like how'd you
No, they were going to. Well, Mum and Dad were at Dad was food shopping. Mum was at home with one of Levi's mates, my brother, and and him and his mate were hungover, and Mum didn't have a car. And I called Dad, and I was like, I didn't want to scare him because I hate scaring him whenever I had a crash. So I was like, "Oh, Dad, I've had a bit of a crash. Do you think you can come up to Red Hill?" And he's like, "Yeah, all right, you're good." And I was like, "Yeah, maybe just come up if you can." And he was like, "Yeah, all right." And then he called Mum, and he was like, I think, can you run up to Red Hill? I think Fletcher's had a crash, and he just sounds a bit off." So Mum got Levi's hungover mate to drive them all off.
No
way.
They
got up there, and there was like 5 ambos and like 3 fireys and like 3 cop cars.
Shit.
So they were gonna heli me out, but then they were like, it'll just be too bumpy. So instead they got like this, they call it the green corridor, where they like, so I'm in an ambo and then no sirens or anything, just like 2 cop cars at the front, 1 at the back, and they just turn every light green.
No way.
For us. So all the other cars stop and we just A-lined it straight there.
That's sick.
Yeah.
What did your mum tell? What was your mum's reaction when she rocked up and just seen half the New South Wales like police force there?
She was like, she just knew she had to be chill for me. Yeah, otherwise it would have freaked me out. But Dad's like the opposite.
Yeah, right.
So she was super chill. But yeah, I think Dad was more worried than. Well, she was obviously worried, but she held it together more.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she came in the ambo with me, and Dad went in the ambo behind us, and they just met us at the hospital.
Yeah, right. That's unreal.
Yeah.
Was Jaden and Tom? Did they come with you, or were they still just at Red Hill?
No, it was just me, Mum, and Dad, and they. I don't know where they went. I guess they were just gone home and been like, what the fuck just happened?
I can guarantee a beer was involved. That's for sure.
Yeah. yeah, 100% with those 2.
Yeah. What was like going through your head? Like, did you have, do you know anything?
I got feeling back in my toes in the ambulance. Okay. But like, I don't really remember much at all. I remember the paramedic just wouldn't let go of my head, like holding it stable. And all I remember was just looking up her nose.
Yep. Yeah.
So I just had to look up and she was just there. Like, but yeah, I don't really remember much at all.
Yeah. Do you remember getting to the hospital? Or you don't remember that at all?
Not really. I know that when we got there, like I went straight into, I think Mum and Dad saw me once before I went into surgery. And like none of us knew what happened.
Okay. Yeah, right.
Like we were still pretty lost, but yeah, I went straight into surgery, and then I think that was like 9 hours. So I'm an accident like 4:12 or something in the Arvo, 4:22 or something, and then I was in surgery about like 10:30 at night. So they were like, because my spinal cord was compressed. So the longer it's compressed, the more damage it'll get. So they were like, you're so lucky that got done so quick, because some people it's like a day, and mine was like 5 hours. So I was super lucky.
Because they obviously just rush you straight in for like CTs and all the scans and everything.
Yeah.
But they don't tell you that? Did they tell you broken your back, or like?
Well, I think I would have worked it out, but I don't really remember when I found out at all, whether it was then or if it was 3 days into ICU. Like, because I don't remember much. But I know Mum and Dad found out because this doctor or something came, and Mum was just like, she just looked at Mum and like crossed her head.
Yeah,
and Mum was just like, no. And Mum didn't even ask like any questions, but she just took it as like, I'll never walk again.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think, but I don't really remember much.
Were you told that you won't ever walk again, or is it?
Oh, yeah, I was definitely told. I was told there was like a few doctors. We weren't the biggest fans of the doctors because they were just so close-minded. Like, and that I'd always be like, because you're going to be in a chair for the rest of your life and all stuff like that. And like one of them said I'll have like a 1% chance of walking again. But I don't remember when I was told.
Yeah, right. I remember like Gordo from Tassie was saying he got the opposite. Like he was kind of told he wasn't going to walk again, but there were so many different avenues to go from there. Like he kind of got the good doctors. Like
all the physios throughout the whole thing, like, and the OTs and stuff, they were like that they were all so good. That they really that they were the ones we really liked, and because they were so like open-minded. They were like, you can, like, obviously you never, well, you might be the same again, but it'll take a lot of work. But they were super. They look at how to do everything like differently. The doctors are all just like, medicine, do this.
Yeah. Well, I guess like those ER doctors are used to diagnosing and not fixing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's true as well.
But yeah, the OTs are ready to go. Like they want to see you get up
the physios,
and go again.
100%. Yeah. Especially at the place where I go to physio now, it's so good that I was talking about before. They the physios there, it's like it's not like the rehab physio at all. It's more like, I don't know, they do everything differently.
Yeah, okay.
Like they're more about getting me moving and stretching and up on my feet and like walking, but I think that like the walking we do there, I think it's more just like bone density and stuff like that.
100%.
And like not to like walk normally again, but to obviously like around the house, I could have a walker and just walk around the house, get to the bathroom and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, like they're not miracle workers. They're not going to magically like fuse your spine together. And
100%.
How long were you in the ICU like for? Was it a few months? And
I was in ICU for 8 days.
Okay.
And then the spinal ward at North Shore, I was there for like 3 months.
Wow. Yeah.
And then I was at Ryde for 3 months as well. So but I think I got out of North Shore a bit quicker because they I was causing me to a ruckus there. Not a bad one, but I was just having fun. And we put me, Jaden, and Leroy put a sign on one of we pushed a huge Christmas tree. It would have been like 2 stories tall. And I would like get my chair against it and like push it to like this balcony. And then we hung a Get Silly sticker on it. You might have seen the video. Dude,
I think I screenshot it and sent it to so many people because it was one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
Yeah, so we did that. And then I got back to the hospital at like, would have been like 9 o'clock, like 2 days later, because I went to the pub with Jane and Leroy, and the chief executive of the hospital was there in the ward waiting for me. Because they weren't happy about that one. But they took the sign down and put a fence around the Christmas tree. So
when I saw that fence, I fucking lost it. I lost it so hard when you put that photo of like the barrier around the tree.
Yeah.
Because I'm guaranteed people walked into the hospital and went, why do they need a security banner around the tree? Like, what could possibly happen?
And I bet it'll be there like forever now. Every time the tree goes up.
Did they like see you on security and stuff like that? Is that
Well, apparently someone sent my Instagram story to them.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Apparently some Karen was just like, no, he's causing danger.
The fun police.
Yeah, exactly. And I was slow. I also, you have like this little cupboard in your, like I was in a ward, so I had like 4 other people in my room, but there was like curtains around us, and we had this little like a little cupboard next to your bed. And I was slowly taking the baubles from the Christmas tree. I'm putting them in my cupboard. Oh, so I had a cupboard full of baubles.
That's too good.
Yeah.
But you were allowed out of the ward? You're not just stuck in there for 3 months, eh?
No, so I got like, you get day leave when like, so as you progress, they'll give you day leave and then overnight leave. So sick. I got overnight leave once I got to ride, but not at North Shore. So yeah, I was allowed to leave.
Yeah, that's sick. What was I guess like your stay was probably one of the most entertaining things for people outside, but like,
oh yeah,
I remember just seeing some of the stuff and it was amazing, like your socials. But
yeah,
was it always as fun, or were there days where you just like, get me out of here?
No, it was like towards probably because I was at North Shore for a really long time compared to some people, just because there weren't beds for a ride, the rehab place.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like I enjoyed every day because I became best friends with the physios and like all the other patients. Like I was just mates with all them. So I wasn't. There weren't really bad days, I don't think, but like there was more to. I want to progress my rehab, so I want to get to ride sooner.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But yeah. But when I was at Ride, like maybe the last 2 months, I just wanted to get home so bad. But then
where's the positivity come from? Like, and turning it into a good thing? Because I guarantee there would have been people around you that weren't in that frame of mind. But
I don't know. I think I'm just like, I just get bored, so I just make everything fun.
Yeah.
Like I can't just sit there. I can't just sit there being like, oh, it's physio in 5 hours.
Yeah.
I'll just go and do something. Like there was this other guy in rehab called Caden, and we used to get the ferry to the city and just like mob around the city at night, go get a feed, and yeah. So I just always found things to do.
Like drawing Strava dicks on the oval. Yeah. And that was another good one.
Yeah, like that one as well. And like I would just go explore like the rehab so much. Like I found my way into the kitchen. They're like all free soft drinks.
Shit.
Like yeah, I knew that place like the back of my hand.
That's unreal. And then what's different about like the ride program and then the hospital? Like how's that kind of differ, I guess?
Yeah, the ride's the hospital's like getting you healthy and mobile again. And then ride's like getting you home.
Okay.
Like at least for me it was. I think it was because like I learned car transfers at the hospital, and like I think they rarely taught them because I was there for so long, they like it was a bit different for me. Like I was also learning how to get home from there. Like I started my NDIS stuff there, but normally most people start all that whole process at ride. So yeah, the hospital's normally to get you healthy, and then rides to mainly get you home.
Yeah. Okay. What's been, I guess, one of the hardest things to learn? Like car transfers are insane.
Yeah.
Have you done like any vans? Like, have you got into any vans? Like any higher?
Yeah, I can do like most. Like my mate has like a car with like 35-inch wheels and like a 4-inch lift, and I can get into that fine because my legs they'll lock out. Like if I lay back, my legs will lock straight out. So that's how I can stand up. It's like I can't balance or anything, but I can. Like, yeah, I can just, if I stand up, my legs will lock out.
Yeah.
If I pull myself up, they'll lock out, and then I can kind of just jump with my arms onto the chair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I've seen Grant get into
Yeah.
some Vans, and I'm like, dude, most people couldn't do that. Like he just uses his arm, uses his arms and just hoists himself up there like one-handed.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. But like, is there been anything that's been like particularly difficult for you?
Not really, I don't think. Like the car transfers, like when I learned them at North Shore, I was like, these things are impossible because like in my head had always hit. I'd be smacking my head everywhere. I'd be falling in the middle. But then I don't know. When we left North Shore when I moved to Ride, Mum drove me, and we didn't have a slide board, which is like this plastic thing that you can like put on your chair to the car seat. So you can like if you don't make it, you can just land on that. But then we didn't have one of them, so I was like, "Oh shit, here we go, Mum, let's go for it." So like, I don't know, it made it so much easier because I didn't rely on it. I just had to like basically just launch myself, and like ever since then, car transfers has been like, not a problem for me at all.
Once you don't have that safety net, you're like, I've got to do this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 100%. You just like go all in.
And then talk to us about I think his name was Bob as well. Was he?
Oh yeah, Bob.
Was he with you for the whole thing as well, from hospital to
ride, so or was it just ride? He had his accident, I think maybe like a month before me, but he went to all different. So he opened his car boot, and it was like it hit him in the head, and he like went to stand back and just fell back and broke his back.
Oh really?
Yeah. Wow. So that's how he had his accident. But he was at North Shore for like a month before me. And then we were at North Shore together, and he left maybe 3-4 weeks before me. So we spent most of our time at North Shore together. And then Ride, we were there together, and he left after me. So yeah, we were like best mates through that whole thing. We were going little drives together in our chairs. Like we were just doing everything together.
That was, it seemed like camaraderie was like a big part of your recovery. And then seeing you 100%. Kind of share that with people you didn't know was unreal. Like, because you obviously didn't know Bob when you got in there. But
I remember the first time I came into rehab came into the gym at North Shore, and he was just like, just in there talking shit, talking shit to the physios, just trying to walk. I was like, I like this guy. and then I rolled in the next day, and he's just there, and he's just holding the finger up at me. It's like a piss good. I was like, this guy's a legend.
Yeah, that's too good. But he's obviously got that positive attitude as well, right? Like, yeah,
he does. He definitely has his down days. So like, we've been on a few sad brekkie dates with him.
Yeah, okay.
Been bacon eggs upstairs, but yeah, he's at a nursing home now. But he didn't want to go at all. He was hating it, but I bet he's liking it a bit more.
Yeah, yeah. What was how did the crew or the hospital staff enjoy your poker matches, or you guys like tattooing out of the hospital and stuff like?
Because we used to have Friday night poker and beers at North Shore.
Yeah, I saw all that.
And Jaden and all those boys used to come, and that was where the tattoo gun came out. So yeah, we were sitting on we were just doing tattoos out on those tables out the front of Royal North Shore Hospital, and like it probably took half an hour for the security guards to come out and tell us no drinking area. But the tattoos were fine. The beers got put away, but the tattoo gun didn't.
That's unreal. Was like tattooing something you wanted to do, or like?
Not even. I don't know, because I had that Get Silly tattoo before my accident. Mum and Dad didn't know, and I was in ICU. And I told the nurses that Mum and Dad didn't know, and so I was like, you can't show them. I don't know why, because they're not strict parents.
Yeah.
And so the nurses were rolling me to like make sure I didn't get pressure sores. And mum walked in while they were rolling me, and like the sheet was off me. So mum saw the tattoo. She's like, "What is that?" And the nurse quickly covered it up with a sheet. I was like, "Nothing." And then from there, Dad was like, "Why don't you just tell us, mate? We don't care. We both have tattoos." It's like, yeah, true. And then I ordered a tattoo gun off Amazon, and then just went from there. I reckon I've given out 40 to 50 Get Silly tattoos.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Where did the Get Silly thing come from? Was that you, or was it like something else? Or?
Yeah, I don't know. It would have been a mixture like me, Jaden, and Aiden Coates, another local rider.
Mm-hmm.
And I know we always used to say it while riding. Yeah. And then one of our mates, he had a tattoo gun, and I was like, "Oh, yeah, give me that." So like it would have been March 2023. I reckon I got that, and then like I was dropping in for the runs when I had my accident. And I was screaming, like in one of the videos, you can hear me screaming, "Get silly!" I'm pumping the roller. And then in the video of the crash, you can hear there's this other local kid, Jamie. I don't know if you've heard of him. He rips, but he in the video he's there going, "Get silly, Fletch." And then I'm like, so and then I just eat shit, and I'm just laying there, and he's like, "Oh,
too silly."
Yeah, too silly. And then everyone's like, hashtag got silly.
That's so good.
Yeah.
But what was I guess, did you guys talk about the accident and stuff while you're playing poker and stuff, or like were you and Tommy and that like kind of going through it together? Like how'd that?
Yeah, we've definitely spoken about it a bit. Like I know a lot of my mates like just don't like talking about it, but I'm like the opposite. I'm like the complete opposite. I love talking about it. I don't know why. I like it's entertaining. But yeah, we definitely all spoken about it 100%. Like how especially mates who weren't there, like how they found out. Because all my schoolmates who like don't ride, none of them really knew. I was meant to see one of my good mates, Jet, after. And he kept calling me, I just wasn't answering. And then in the morning, I sent him a snap of me in hospital with like a full neck brace on and like all tubes coming out of me. I was like, I've done a mischief. And he's like, what? And then, so I wasn't allowed anyone in then, but all my other mates at school, like none of them knew. And there was an English test that day. And, I probably should add, like every run I was doing, trying the double flip, I was like, oh, it doesn't matter if I crash, I've got an English test tomorrow. And then
fair enough.
And then I was laying on the ground and I was like, oh, sweet, I'll have an English test tomorrow and don't have to do it. And I was like, oh yeah, I was not ready for this test. But so all my mates, they found out because the principal came in and was like, yeah, kid New Year's had a serious injury and he's in ICU. And they were all like, oh shit, where's Fletch? And then Jet told all my good mates because he was the only one who knew.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Did you go back to school after accident?
So I'm doing school now. I'm bit behind. But so I was doing school at the hospital as well.
Yeah.
So I had like 2 teachers at the hospital.
Sick.
And then I was doing that at North Shore like every day, like 3 classes a day.
Mm-hmm.
And that helped a lot, I think, gave me something to do. But then at Ride I was doing Zoom with the teachers from the hospital as well because there wasn't a school at Ride, but they had a hospital school at North Shore.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so now I'm back at school full time and there's a lift at school and Yeah,
it's not like you can just miss 6 months of school, right? Like
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, I kind of did. Like some of my attendance is like 50%. So I've missed a fair bit of year 12, but I'll be right.
Should be good.
Yeah, exactly.
Is it different kind of going to school and stuff like that, or is it all?
Yeah, there's another kid in a chair with cerebral palsy. So me and him like have a handshake.
Sick.
so we like race and because he's obviously got cerebral palsy, so he's not like as verbal and stuff. But but yeah, some days because he goes to the gym with me as well. Like so, some days we'll go the same day and I'll see him there. But Sick. Like some days he'll full like come up and talk to me, and then some days he's just like, nah, too cool for you, and just won't say a word.
Fair enough.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I've stolen his fame. At school.
Taking over the territory, man.
Yeah, exactly.
That's unreal. I love hearing stories like that.
Yeah.
Talk to us about the bowhead, because I've seen that you may have already ridden one or got in one.
Yeah, so I went to Sargood like 6 weeks after my accident while I was at North Shore for like a day trip, see what it was about. Mm-hmm. And I rode one there for the first time. I was like, this thing is so sick. Because I'm sure heaps of people listening will know Grant Allen. Mm-hmm. He's like, as soon as I post, or I don't think I even posted, I think one of Dad's mates from work just like found every single, like he just researched every single mountain biker and like found Grant. Mm-hmm. Every single like pro mountain biker and like adaptive rider and found Grant. And yeah, so Grant called me. He told Grant to call me. So Grant called me like day 3 or 4 of my accident.
Sick.
And we would chat like every week, and he's such a legend. And so I rode a bowhead at Sargood, and then I was like, I need one of these.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've spoke to Grant about it heaps. He helps so much with getting like the AT report and stuff done for NDIS, because NDIS, like from your first plan, I think it's normally super hard to get such, because the bowhead's like 50 grand.
Yeah, and, like, it's ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah. Huge. So it took like a lot of the therapists and stuff around, they're like, we'll try as hard as we can to get one. But like we've never seen one get approved in the first NDIS plan. So yeah, we got like Grant helped heaps. I test rode 2 to put in the report to say like it worked and everything. Test rode all the other different adaptive bikes to say this is the one I need, because the bowhead's like, I think the best in my opinion.
By far, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we got one of them, which was super lucky. So that's like it. I think Grant said it was getting shipped from Canada, hopefully, like last week. So
yeah.
So hopefully in the next couple of weeks it'll be here. It was meant to be here like mid to end of June, but obviously there's delays in their end, which is fair enough. But yeah, I'm so keen to get one of them.
Yeah, it's gonna be unreal.
Yeah.
What was it like? I think I sent you like a few profiles like Christina Villokas and Grant stuff, but what's it like seeing people like Grant or, Renee Junger and stuff? Like,
yeah,
they've been through very similar incidents to you, and then they're no different. Like, they're probably even more adventurous than what they were. Like,
yeah, exactly. No, that's so sick to see, because I can't be stuck indoors. Like, I'm not an indoors person. I just want to get out there. Like, it's so sick to see them doing all that. And yeah, it's just like ripping on the bowheads as well.
And some of the stuff Grant's doing is just unbelievable.
Yeah, it's so sick. Like all those edits he's making and the custom paint jobs on those bowheads. Just love them. I'm already trying to need to plan a road trip down there to ride with him or somewhere. But I'm sure I'll see him at all the comps at Green Valleys and stuff if he comes up. But yeah, party trains with all them on the bowheads will be so much fun.
Did you take much notice of nationals and stuff from last year?
Yeah, I saw heaps of that. I mean, like the adaptive group chat on WhatsApp as well, and it's so sick how much is happening.
Yeah,
like the nationals. I'm that keen to go this coming one.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah, it'll be 2025.
It'll be 25. Yeah, because it's only just happened. But it's a sick turnout.
I know. It's just growing heaps. Like, I feel like before my accident, I didn't even know about it, probably because it didn't relate to me. But I feel like it's also growing heaps even since I had my accident. Like, there's just heaps more people riding and stuff like that.
It's getting more mainstream coverage as well, I feel like. Like Pink Bike did a bunch of stuff on it last couple of months, like heaps of stuff with Grant, and then I forgot his name, but he's in Canada and he's ripping on like a four-wheeled Stacy something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy in Whistler.
Yeah.
No, he rips. He's like full on this quad bike thing, and he's just going huge on A-line.
It's unreal. And he's been doing it for decades. Like, I remember seeing him in New World Disorder when I was 18, and that's way too long ago. Like,
I've spoken to guys who like lived in Whistler like 5 years ago, and they're like, he's been ripping like forever.
Exactly. And it's cool to see, eh?
Yeah, so sick.
What other plans have you kind of got going into the future? Like,
I want to ride from Perth to Sydney next year after school.
Sorry, what?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got to get it all planned out. Because I saw a net story from Ned Brockman. I don't know if you know him, the guy who ran from Perth to Sydney.
Yes. Yeah.
Just some sparky. He was just like, I'm just going to do it for mental health, and he just ran it like the fastest anyone's ever ran it.
And he didn't train for it or anything. Like, it was just,
I don't know. Well, he was like, apparently he came back and he was like broken.
Yeah, I remember the one. Yeah.
I think he was like a runner, but he wasn't like trying to make a career out of it. But yeah, so I saw one of his stories and I was like to Dad, like, I want to ride that like maybe a week in from my accident. It's like ever since then I just wanted to ride it, but yeah, got some planning to do.
Have you heard of the Indie Pack race?
No.
So India Pacific, Indiana.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, so Curve and those crew put it on for a few years. I think it's still running. And it is a race literally from the Indian Pacific in WA through to Sydney. And you dip your bike. You're supposed to dip your bike in the Indian Ocean and then ride it all the way and then go and dip it in the ocean at Sydney Harbour.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I'll send you more info after.
Yeah, I need. And if anyone listening knows how I can make it happen, and anyone who's done it, because I need some tips.
Because it's, I think the fastest time was like 11 days. Like it's unreal.
It's ridiculous.
But
I don't think I'll be doing it that quick.
Nah, definitely not.
But I saw there's this company making adaptive camper vans, so I'm gonna need to hit them up as well, because I'm like that'll make it heaps easier as well.
Well, I think Gordo should have his by now, I reckon. Gordo from Tassie. He might be worth talking to, because I know he's
for sure
getting one built from somewhere up your way.
A camper van?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. It's really the same people. Yeah, that's sick.
So, he lived in one before his accident, and now he wants to do it again. So they're building him an adaptive one.
Good on him.
Yeah.
Good on him getting after it.
But yeah, WA to Sydney would be unreal. Yeah,
no, I definitely want. I was going to do it like 2 years to the date of my accident, so I wanted to leave 10th of September next year.
Okay, sick.
Yeah, sick. That's the plan, but plan's got some planning to do.
The batteries, man. Like, are you gonna? Are you getting the RX, or are you getting the?
I'm getting the RX, and the one that I'll actually do some exercise. Otherwise, I won't be doing anything. Because knowing me, like I need another form. If I got the reach, because I'd be so lazy. I need something that makes me work.
I think it's harder than what Grant makes it look like. Like, I know it's hard, but the RX, man, those guys, that looks tough.
Yeah, I think I'll be in the pain cave a fair bit, but it'll be worth it.
It's going to be so sick. Why WA though? I'm still stuck on that, but why WA?
Yeah, I don't know. I was just like, I don't know, it's just one side to the other.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think I don't really know why. I just saw it and I was like, Dad, I'm doing this.
That's sick.
Well, there's no real reason, to be honest. I was going to do it and raise money for spinal cord awareness. But besides that, I was just accomplished something, I guess. Just tick something off that's like life changing.
I think you've already done it, hey? Just saying.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it doesn't hurt to do another.
Yeah, exactly. Change your life multiple times.
Yeah, that's it.
Are there any other adaptive sports you've been looking at? Like, you always got skateboards behind you.
I went surfing last week.
Yeah, how'd that go? I saw that.
That was sick. But like, I loved it. But I know me being me, I need something that's scary, like really scary. Like surfing, I know 100%. I used to surf. Like, Dad's a surfer. Yep. I used to surf like a fair bit. I've grown up surfing. But I don't know. I like being in the air.
Okay.
And like surfing, you got to be bloody good to be in the air.
Yeah,
especially adaptive surfing. I don't think I've seen anyone do like airs adaptive surfing, but skiing as well, 100%. That's definitely second after riding.
So I think skiing looks unreal, like especially like the single chair, like single ski things.
Yeah. Have you seen Trevor Kennison?
No.
He he just released. He's like super. He did like a double flip on the sit ski and like did a flip from a rail. So he like hit a rail and flipped from that rail and landed on another rail, and the rails were like that wide.
What?
Yeah, and he just released maybe 6 months ago, released a Netflix documentary called Full Circle.
Okay.
And it's definitely a watch. He's insane.
Is there like anyone else like that that's kind of inspiring you, or?
Definitely him and Grant.
Yeah,
they're like the main two, because I just love watching those two rip. But Trevor also rips on a boathead. I haven't spoken to him. He's from somewhere in America, but he's insane. Yeah,
that's sick. It's such a inspiring thing to see crew just living their life. But also,
especially after an injury like this.
But it's also like kind of, I don't know how to put it, but for me, it's kind of like, what else are you going to do? Like, you're not going to sit around in your room all 100%. The time, right? Like,
yeah, that's exactly how I think as well. Like, I know a lot of people after the accidents that it takes ages for them to get out. Like, I spoke to one other person they were in the hospital. I met in the hospital. They had the accident like 8 years ago, and they were like, for the first like 4 years, they were waiting till they could walk again to do something, thinking like that they would fully recover. And I was like, I'm not doing anything until I work out how to walk again. But yeah, she's out now, ripping into it. So she's gone to Paralympics, I think, for horse riding.
All right.
So,
yeah, right.
Yeah, I probably called it the wrong thing, whatever. Equestrian, that's called. Yeah, that one. Yeah, so she had an accident on a horse, and now she's back out there doing it again. So that's so sick.
Yeah, that's rad. I mean, like you're just sitting down more, right? Like you're not dead.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
100%. It's still me. It's still no different.
Have you had? I know, like the not walking thing is like 1/10 of all the things that have been, I guess, hard. How have you dealt with the other things as well? Like obviously you've got a few other stuff. Like where was your injury, and is there much else you have to deal with?
Yeah, so I'm T8, 9, but the doctor just measured with her fingers, so I just say T9 because that was what I was first called.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm T9, and I lose like all bladder and bowel function.
Yeah. Okay.
So I have to use like a catheter. I use, there's a few different styles you can use, but I use a intermittent catheter. So you just put it in every time you go to the bathroom and take it out. But there's other ones like where you can get a SPC, which is like a suprapubic catheter, and it's like almost like little tap that goes like into your bladder, and then you can just you can connect the leg bag so that your urine will just go in there, or you can just put a flip flow, it's called, so you can just turn it off, and then when you go to the bathroom, just turn it on and it'll empty into the bathroom. But I use a intermittent catheter because I don't know, I'd just rather have that than something in me the whole time.
100%. Yeah.
But so it's that, and then just the bowel care in the morning, every morning, I guess. Which they're the main two differences besides the non-walking. But they're the two main things, and like spasms as well. Like I'll be my legs will just constantly just do these ones, and people obviously don't know me super well and don't know about spinal cord injuries. They're like, is this guy moving his legs?
Yeah.
But that, and then also just pressure sores, like just skin checks. I'm super lucky. I haven't had any problems with that, but let's do the usual skin checks and look after yourself. And
it's just the little things, hey. Like the stuff exactly, because you take for granted, and then
everyone's like, I feel like most people just think it's just not walking. Well, I know I did before my accident, but like I'd rather have like my bladder and bowel back 100% before walking.
100%.
Just make it so much easier, because like your whole day has to revolve around it, and like UTIs as well. Like I get so many UTIs at the moment. I'm trying to crack down on them, but I've probably had like 3 in the last month and a half.
Yeah,
it's like it's just it's a pain in the ass, but it's all about it.
It's shit that people don't know. Like,
I mean, it is, but at the same time, like, don't expect anyone to if you're not living around it.
Yeah.
So just trying to crack down on all that stuff, and
it's hard when you're just in a dirty pub.
Yeah, exactly.
Something like that, eh? Yeah.
100%. You have to be so clean, but just give it your best crack, and I'll work it out. Like there's all these different things that I'm slowly working out to help my UTIs and stuff like that.
Are you driving now as well? Did I see that?
Yeah, so I've got my license, but my car report, like my car conversion, it got sent off Friday to get the NDAS to approve the mods. But I've got my license, so I'm just waiting to get the mods in, and then I'll be unstoppable.
Are you doing the Bluetooth hand control? Or you got
so I'm doing the satellite one. It's like it's the Bluetooth. It's the only Bluetooth one.
With like the thumb control and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm doing that, and then the brake on the right hand. I tried a few, but I don't know. That one was the most comfy for me.
How's that kind of? Were you driving before?
Yes, I haven't. I lost my license the day before my accident.
Yep. So
I had my Ps for probably 8. I got them in April, and I had my accident in September. So whatever that is, but so I lost my license the day before. I was was speeding, but I like to say driving efficiently.
Yep.
So I was, it was literally the day before. I was at my mate's, like at some party, and Dad sent a message like, "Oh, you lost your license." so we paid it, and then I had my accident, and then we got the letter saying you're losing it, and then we tried to fight it, saying like he's going to be in hospital for 6 months, and when he is driving, he'll be with an instructor. And we didn't hear from Service New South Wales. I don't know who you guys use in Adelaide, but yeah, that's who like manages our licenses and stuff. We didn't hear from them for like 5 months. And then we got a letter. So we were like, oh, yeah, sweet. They've just gotten rid of it because it's understandable. Like,
yeah.
And then we got a letter and they're like, oh, no, you're losing it from now. So I had done like 2 lessons and then I lost it for 3 months. And then I was home by the time, so I had to drive 45 minutes to ride like 6 times to do 2-hour lessons.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but I've got my license now, so that's all over and done with.
Oh, shit. That's fun.
Yeah, that was a bit of a pain in the ass, but we got there.
I don't even think I can get my license transferred to New South Wales at the moment. I need to check that out. I got a speeding fine up there from ages ago and I just refused to pay.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They can eat it back. Yeah, I was doing like 110 because all our roads are 110 here.
Yeah, right.
Not 100.
On a highway.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Most of ours are 110. I get there's some weird ones though. Like,
this definitely was and should have been 110, but the cop got me. Right. It was 100 zone in like rural New South Wales.
So like, you're on 110 and 100 zone.
Yeah, and there was like no intersections for literally like 10 kilometers. There was nothing. I would
not have been happy about that.
And it was the only car on the road, and he's come past me, and he's like done the U-turn, like fucking full sped after me and shit. Yeah. I'm like, are you serious, dude? Yeah. So I refuse.
Actually, you got something better to do.
Yeah.
I don't blame you.
No, he doesn't have anything better to do. So
yeah,
he's in the middle of nowhere. But yeah, it's pretty funny.
It's ridiculous.
Might start wrapping things up here a little bit.
Yeah, sweet.
What advice would you have, I guess, to crew who might be in the same situation or have had a serious injury and need to rehab and stuff like that? Do you have much advice for crew like that?
Yeah, I don't know. Like it'll always get better. Like whatever point you're at, you're worse.
Yeah.
Like it might be 2 steps back, 1 step forward sort of thing for a bit, but then you'll always beat it. And just don't sit around wasting time. There's only a certain amount of time we got, so
exactly. Yeah, man.
Use all of it.
That's sick. Is there anything you would regret or change from up to now?
No. No, I wouldn't say so. Nothing.
No, that's unreal.
Probably things I would have done smarter, but
yeah,
I learned from them. So
that's the main thing, eh? Try and learn from it.
Yeah, exactly. Learn from everything. Use everything as a experience to grow, learn.
And I don't know if this happens to you, but like if you've got a day where you're not motivated to go to rehab or not motivated to do anything or get out of bed or whatever, is there anything you kind of do to get motivated? Any music you listen to or anything like that?
Yeah, I think music helps me so much. I listen to so much music, and like sometimes a song will just come on and will just G me up so much. like I never don't want to go to rehab. Some days at rehab I'm like, because it's like whenever I'm walking, it's like so much work. Yeah, like I gotta like break my spasms, and it's like I can't even relate to anything because there's so much mind power more than anything. Like after physio, I'm just like dead. So I don't know. Yeah, like some days they're like I want to go, but I'm just like, oh, this is going to be a mission. But here we are. I'm not going to not go. So yeah, music helps me heaps.
What have you been kind of listening to?
I don't know. I listen to everything. I've been loving Avicii. Some Avicii songs, yeah, and just like anything really. But like, yeah, Avicii. I've been listening to heaps.
Sick. I have to check him out.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's just like. Yeah, he died like in 2016.
Okay.
But yeah, I love him.
Yeah, sick. It's crazy how you find those sick old school artists and then you realize
exactly.
Yeah, they've passed and you're just like, oh man.
Yeah, one of his songs, I used to listen to like every day at North Shore. There were a few songs I listened to like every day. Now whenever they come on, they just remind me of it. And like it's the nights, and it's like, it's just a banger. I used to listen to it like every night before bed.
Oh, I'll definitely have a listen to it after this.
Yeah,
easy, man. Is there anything else you want to kind of talk about, or?
I think we covered it all.
Sick. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Before we sign off, I did want to say like thanks for everything you put up on socials and like being such a positive vibe. I think I mentioned. I think I mentioned to you like, I was going through a pretty bad time mentally when you had your accident, and watching you and seeing that was pretty inspiring, and helped me get through some shit, which is fucking rad, man. Like, thank you.
I'm so glad. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me on here.
Man,
I've listened to all your other ones and I froth them, so it's so sick to be on here.
Thanks, man. Yeah. Definitely wanted you to be on as like one of the last guests for a while.
So good.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Easy, man. Well, I better let you get back to the rest of your weekend.
That's so good. Thank you. You too.
Easy.
We'll stay in touch.
100%. Yeah. I'll get in touch.
Legend.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. See you soon.
Bye.